Hi, everyone.
Hello,
I'm Maddie,
I'm Annabelle.
and this is
Lobotomy?
Lobotomy. Today is our intro, our episode one, if you will. We're going to be going through just who we are, how we met, what is lobotomy, and how we even got here, and what the podcast is going to be about.
We've also got some questions that some of our friends have submitted for us to answer, um, just as a little Q&A portion towards the end.
Absolutely. And oh, I almost forgot. This is Hugo. Anything to say? Beautiful. Thank you.
He's going to be our reoccurring co-star because he has attachment issues. We've got 3 other critters running around here that might make guest appearances every once in a while. But this is Hugo. He is Maddie's dog. He's how?
9.
9. We've got next in the age group, we've got Ellington.
Who is also my cat. He is a dapper young gentleman, for those of you who have met him. His nickname is Consent Kitty. We'll, I'm sure, bring that up at some point.
Oh god. If the camera just shook, that is because the next 2 people on our roster,
People?
the next 2 critters on our roster just ran directly through the tripod, which are Loki and Froggy, who are both mine. Loki is 4, almost 5. I think he'll be 5 in September. And Frog just recently turned 1. Loki is currently shaking the camera
So,
yet again. So he's introducing himself, apparently. um, but they are. Froggy is technically named Freya, but she is Froggy. Um, they are a Stoner Kitty and Epstein Kitty.
and she's not going to elaborate
I'm
on
not
that.
going to elaborate on that.
Oh,
Anyway,
um,
before we get even more sidetracked,
take it away. You got your
am I
notes
going
in?
first?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I've got notes because I don't know anything about myself. um, so hi, I'm Annabelle. I am Bulgarian. I am a musician, a dancer, a fiber artist. I crochet. I'm actually currently using a crochet hook as my mic stand of the day. Um, I have a bachelor's in science and psychology that I just recently graduated with last year. I also work in a library, so I'm a huge reader. And I think that's about it on me, at least as of now.
So, I'm Maddie. My whimsy mic holder today is a paintbrush. I wouldn't say I'm proficient at painting, but that's kind of the theme of me. I am a jack of many trades. My toxic trait is I will look at something and say, "Yeah, I can take care of that. I'll figure it out."
The gay
Um,
audacity. I have a board on. Oh God, my mic started running away. I have a board on. Not a board, a collection on Instagram. That's just the gay audacity is kicking in. Which is where I save all of the projects that I want to do.
um, but I during the day, I work in software sales. I'm also a professional dance instructor. I am able to teach almost 30 different styles of partner dancing um, across ballroom, country, swing, and many of you know that West Coast swing has a special place in my heart as it's definitely my favorite dance. Um, Day to day, my creatures are definitely important to me. I've got my Hugo here that you will see throughout the podcast, as well as Ellington. Um, Other than that, I am just a generally artsy person who wants to do as many things as possible. So you can usually find me trying to find a concert or live music or going to a museum, things like that in general. I think that's a pretty good synopsis of me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So let's get into how we met.
Yes. I like it when you start this story.
Oh God. Well, we met through West Coast Swing. So both of us do West Coast Swing. Maddie also does other partner dances, as she mentioned. I used to do other partner dances. I don't really touch on them anymore. I've also done Bulgarian dance and Irish dance because I see a dance and I say I want to learn that. I also used to do a little bit of belly dancing, like as a hobby when I was a kid. Nothing super serious, but you know, West Coast is the first one that I've been like super serious about as an adult. So, granted, I'm not that far from teenagehood.
Child.
Stop. So we met through a mutual friend in the West Coast community who she ended up actually moving in with. And I used to go over there for lessons. And while I was over there for lessons, she slowly started to feed me because she found out that I was going straight from classes because I was back in school at the time, going straight from classes to work and then straight to his place to take a lesson.
And she has a lot of dietary restrictions and preferences, and so
As does she.
it wasn't too difficult for me to amend my dietary restrictions to include hers. And so just every Tuesday, because that's when she'd come over, I would make sure to happen to be making dinner that she could also eat at the exact same time her lesson was. So she would end up
So
staying over to eat.
coincidental.
Very coincidental.
But yeah, through that we got closer just because we were hanging out for like once a week over at her old place, and then also seeing each other at least one of the socials every week. So we started hanging out even more outside of that. So we were basically seeing each other almost every day. Um, and then we what happened next?
I
Oh,
moved in with you.
yeah. We moved in together, or she moved in with me, because I had been not so subtly dropping hints that I needed a roommate, and she had just gone through a breakup with another person that she was living with, not my dance instructor. Um, but she needed a new place to stay, so I very selfishly offered up my home for her.
She adopted this stray, you know, welcomed me into her home.
Um, and yeah, so that's pretty much how we met.
Yeah.
From there, how did we come up with the podcast?
Okay. So, fun fact about us, we are busy people. So we have a calendar. You can't quite see it, but it is up on the wall right as you walk into the kitchen. And we've got it all color coded based on whether it's for me, for her, for both of us. That way we know where everybody is, what's happening, if people are coming over, or if I'm going out of town, just so that neither one of us forgets what's going on.
We also
And
have our little notes board where we just write notes to each other, and on top of that, a to-do list.
A to-do list. Yep. So it's got calendar, to-do list, notes. But that to-do list is very important to the story. Annabelle, as she mentioned earlier, is a fiber artist and does a lot of crocheting. And so she was making some lovely little creatures for some friends of ours. And just shout out there, you should definitely check out her stuff if you're interested in little crocheted plushies. She makes adorable ones.
I'll have to
But
post them on my actual page.
yeah,
On my public page.
but she needed some more stuffing, and we had some stuffed animals ready to go to Goodwill, and so they were on the chopping block to be sacrificed for their stuffing.
Yeah. And I can't do it because I feel really guilty about chopping up stuffed animals.
So I had the duty of disemboweling them.
And I had been referring to this task that I had requested of her,
At least mentally.
I think verbally. I think verbally as well. I saw this video where this girl was like, "Oh yeah, I perform lobotomies on my stuffed animals so that I have stuffing." Or she was like, she goes to thrift stores or something and gets stuffed animals and then performs lobotomies on them. And I was like, well, these are supposed to go to the thrift store anyway, so like maybe you could secretly do the thing, and then I could just magically have extra stuffing. And I was cleaning one day and decided, I found the stuffed animals that were just like scattered around the living room or something, and I grabbed them and I was like, I'm gonna put them in Maddie's room and then write her a little note on her to-do list that I would like her to take the stuffing out. And the way that I chose to write this on her to-do list was just to write lobotomy
with 2 question marks.
and just leave it at that and hope that she understood what I meant, because I thought it was obvious.
So I get home and I look at my to-do list and it just says lobotomy with a question mark. And so when she comes home a couple hours later, I'm like, are you trying to tell me something?
Which,
like,
yes, but
like I know,
yes, but no.
we're working on the meds, but like lobotomy, really? Also, the
going
question
that
marks
far?
were not even. You're confident enough to put it on the board, but question marks?
2 question marks, yeah.
So it has been a running joke since then of just who needs the lobotomy, and where it's permanently on that board. We might as well get a Sharpie out and permanently put it on there.
Yeah, she refuses to erase it because she did what I asked, and then I was like, okay, you can erase it now, and she was like, no, it's staying.
Makes my day every day.
She was like, you're not allowed to erase this. What do you mean?
And so when we were discussing what to name our podcast and how to kind of move from there, we definitely discussed that this is essentially going to be the ramblings of two neurodivergent or unwell
mentally unwell
roomies here, and so lobotomy felt very fitting as well as an inside joke, and so that is how we found
the name of our podcast.
Woo woo.
I guess that gets us into the questions.
Yeah.
So I've written down some questions that our friends have asked us. We posted a little Q&A for people. Starting with the first one, which is just the most common question we got asked, which was, what is it even going to be about?
What going to be about?
What is our podcast going to be about?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but just kind of dig a little bit deeper in. So we're both neurodivergent, which means we have hyperfixations, food specifications, big opinions, big emotions. And so the goal of the podcast is to kind of go through a variety of interests, everything from fun facts to our hyperfixation of the moment and
fun little games.
Yeah, we've been told that our interactions are at least mildly entertaining, and so we wanted to dedicate some time to share that with you anytime you want.
Yeah, I think I guess this goes into our next question. Do we think that's enough for that first question?
I think they get the gist, and
I think so.
I guess you'll have to stay tuned if you don't.
It's just the anything and everything podcast at this rate. It's how I've been describing it to anybody who asks.
For your entertainment.
Yeah. It's anything that we want to talk about, and we are also open to suggestions. If you have something that you want us to talk about, we'll talk about it, for sure.
Alrighty.
Because we do love to talk.
Up next,
this actually leads in perfectly to why a podcast and why now?
I think that's you. That's all you.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Well, I mean, the podcast idea kind of started as like a joke. We would just we have a list on my phone of all the random shit that we like to say, which is no context, makes it very strange.
Out of context quotes, things I say all the time.
Yeah.
Things she says all the time. Things we've butchered either by auditory processing issues or
yeah,
one way, either out or in, whichever one.
So it's just a quote list of things that we say that don't make any sense and are wildly entertaining. So we would joke along with that list that we should start a podcast because we are hilarious, and who wouldn't want to hear us talk?
Exactly.
And then at one point, I think what kind of pushed me over the edge was we were traveling back from DC. For our West Coast people, we were at Mad Jam, and we were in the airport with 2 of our other friends from Atlanta. And we were just talking. It was like 7 p.m. Like it wasn't, or like 5 p.m. or something.
Clear. Annabelle was a little sleep deprived.
Just me?
No, both of us were absolutely sleep deprived.
We were both sleep deprived. For those of you guys who are also West Coast dancers, you know how the events go. You get like almost no sleep. You're constantly going. You eat like shit. You're running. You're dancing. You're exhausted. By the end of the weekend, you have not a single brain cell left. Granted, the weekend started that way, with me popping my shoulder out of my socket trying to slap you on the ass.
That I think we can. Yes, no, that one's gonna.
That one was also, though, it was like 5 a.m.
Yeah, we were at the Atlanta airport. We got there, I think, at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, and we had just gotten through TSA, and I don't remember why, but I decided that I needed to smack your ass, and I like reared back, and as I swung my arm back, my shoulder just went, and I was like, oh god.
It might have been because I was twerking in line for TSA.
Yeah, but why were you twerking? Was there music?
No,
My eyes.
in my head.
Okay.
There's music in my head.
I was like, I don't remember there being music playing, but like, I also wouldn't put it past the Atlanta airport to have like some random ass music at 5 in the morning.
No, it was just 5 in the morning, and I was.
We were just excited.
I had also, because of TSA, I had to chug my energy drink before
Yes.
I went through. So I was full of life and energy.
And I don't do caffeine, so I was just running on sleep deprivation. How many camera shakes are there gonna be in this? I'm just watching these two goofballs run around like crazy people. But yeah, so on the way back from that same event, we were sitting in the airport with two of our friends, frogs in a box. Frogs in a box in a box.
Yes.
The ADHD is coming out, people. But we were in the airport and we had two of our friends with us, and as we're just yapping and like playfully arguing with each other, one of our friends goes, "This is like a sitcom," and compared us to the show Two Broke Girls.
Yes.
And just the amount of like comments that we constantly get about like, you two are such a married couple, you two are just like siblings, you two are da 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 da, and like we're attached at the hip. Anytime Maddie goes anywhere without me, she gets asked where I am.
And
anytime I go anywhere without her, I get asked where she is.
So it's definitely, we're an entertaining pair, we think, we hope.
We hope.
So I hope you enjoy this lovely ramble. What is our next question?
Our next question is from our lovely friend Beck. When do I get to be on it? Whenever you want, babe.
Yeah, just show up. Maybe it's next episode. Who knows? We could surprise us. We could
Yeah.
surprise ourselves.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Don't ask us.
Don't ask us what we're doing. Low key, baby. Honey.
Right. In the spirit of Beck's question, did you include Jason's on here?
I did.
Good. I wanted to make sure.
Jason's questions were sent as 3 separate questions.
First one.
Where?
Our living room.
Who?
Me and Annabelle, plus special guests, including Hugo.
And why?
Because we felt like it, Jason.
Because we wanted to. And because everybody deserves the amazing entertainment that is us being together and just yapping. So yeah. This one's from your buddy. The question is, what is love?
What is love?
Which I read that and went, baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me
no more. What is love?
Oh gosh. So
are we doing this seriously? Go for it.
I think we should. So
we gotta honor the question.
Honor the question, honor the energy of it. All right, so love to me is both the feeling of acceptance and the energy put in. And so it's not only, right, it's got to be the acceptance of who you are as a person, not who they want you to be, not who they perceive you as.
Mm-hmm.
And that energy needs to be reciprocated by both parties. What I mean by that is I've seen both in my relationships and other people's relationships that someone can be putting in all the effort they possibly can, and it can be in the wrong direction for the person receiving it. So you have to know the person, have to understand them, have to see them for who they are in order to be able to put that energy in the right place. And that level of understanding is what love is to me.
Yeah, very similarly, obviously. Because I think we think the same. But I think very similarly, I think love is wanting the best for the people that you love. I think it's wanting them to be their best selves and doing what you can to help that happen. I think it's not loving someone unconditionally, because I think that gets skewed sometimes. I think unconditional can set some potential for toxicity. Um, but I think that loving someone for who they are, like Maddie said, and not who you want them to be, but wanting them to be the best person that they can be and seeing what they're capable of, seeing their potential as a human, supporting them, um, and pushing them every day to be their best self.
Hell yeah. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
So, our final question, I believe, is from Tuan.
Yes, and it is hot takes on West Coast Swing.
Yes. So, for those of you who don't know, West Coast Swing is a dance style that both Annabelle and I do. It is one of the most recent iterations of swing, um, which originated in the 1920s with jazz music and evolved from there into many, many, many different styles of dance.
Maddie with the history lesson.
That's your mini little history blurb for today. Very, very condensed, very shortened. So I'll go first. My hot take is there is no one right way to dance West Coast swing, which is not the part that is my hot take. We're getting there.
I was gonna say that's
that's
not lukewarm at best.
That's lukewarm at best. That's pretty well known. What I wish would happen is I wish instructors would stop telling people that there is only one correct way to do things. Sometimes it's not necessarily in the words, this is the only correct way to do it, but mentioning options that you're aware of when you do present a technique idea. Again, right, you can absolutely dig into that technique, but also mention that, if we're going to dig into toe leads today, heel leads are an option on walk steps. Like, talk about it, acknowledge it. Learning different styles of technique to find the ones that fit your body best is so relevant and so important as we look for inclusivity in just how we welcome individuals into our dance and make it accessible. And so acknowledging that there are multiple ways to accomplish the outcome, the desired outcome, is so important. And so I really, again, many, many instructors do this, but it's a hot take that I struggled with. Just finding out later on that, oh, there were other options when this didn't feel good in my body. This hurt my knees, this hurt this wasn't comfortable in my body. And so finding out that there were other ways to accomplish it. So my hot take is instructors should make sure to present and stop saying or implying that there's only one correct way to do technique. That's my thing.
Agree. Hard agree. My West Coast Swing hot take is music related, and if you know me and if you've talked to me at any event, you've probably heard me say this. Background for the people that don't know, West Coast Swing is competitively danced in 3 styles, genres,
whatever you want to call it.
I don't know what to call it. There's 3 categories to the music that we dance to competitively in competition. You have slow contemporary, I said it right this time, fast pop, and blues. My hot take comes with the last one. Blues. Don't call it blues if it's not blues.
For us non-musicians out there, define blues.
Oh God, why would you do that to me? Don't make me define things. I can't. I don't have definitions off the top of my head. I will absolutely search one up right now, though.
You search one up. I'm gonna throw some ballparks out there.
Yeah, you go for it.
It's a derivative of rock music that kind of blended with a little bit of the instrumentation from country, a little bit more acoustic, but it definitely has a lot more of the swung rhythms, a lot more complexity, a lot more of the jazz influence that actually led to rock. So blues had a second coming essentially in the 80s, I believe, 80s or 90s, 60s, even earlier than I thought. But I knew that there was a second wave a little bit later. Anyway.
Yeah, so according to the internet here, we're on Britannica, we're on the encyclopedia. We went for truth.
The truest of truths.
Blues was created by African Americans in the early 20th century, originally in the South. The simple but expressive forms of the blues became, by the 1960s, one of the most important influences on the development of popular music, namely jazz, rhythm and blues, rock, and country music throughout the United States. Um, the main thing that you need to know about blues and why West Coast swing dancers dance to it is because it's swung. It has a swung rhythm, which is great for West Coast swing. And I absolutely adore dancing to blues. Dancing to jazz is fun too. However, my issue comes when you call jazz blues. So, PSA. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. PSA. So, all the West Coast DJs out there, and just the West Coast people in general, call it swung music if you want to do just anything swung, because there's plenty of rock stuff that's swung, there's plenty of pop stuff that's swung that instead gets played.
There's disco
Or
with syncopated rhythms. There's disco with syncopated rhythms.
Absolutely. Or if you want to do jazz, you can call it standard.
But that's
or
the thing,
like
is it's not really the DJs who are
no
labeling this, though.
no that's the thing, is like I don't know who to direct my complaints at in this case, because it's not the DJ. And there's some DJs, oh, don't get me wrong, there's some DJs that absolutely kill it. They will play the bluesiest of blues, and I love me some blues.
Shout out to Advanced Semis DJ. I have no idea who you are. At Chicago Classic. Played a banger.
We could find out. We have contacts.
We have sources.
We have sources. But no, I'm just, my issue comes with when you label something blues that is not blues. Dance to whatever the fuck you want to dance to. Don't call it something it's not. Blues is a very specific genre, and I love it as a genre, but I want it to get the respect it deserves. And calling something that's a foxtrot blues is just not right. So that's my hot take.
What is your proposed? So if you had to encompass all of those in one,
if I had to, I would say classic maybe, because sometimes more... they do, if they do, but no, but sometimes they modern, play some new stuff that's also like, sometimes they'll play real blues and it's new. So I'm like, my thing is just be clear on what you want it to be.
Rhythmic.
My thing is just call it swung.
But it's not always swung.
But that's what I mean. I want it to be swung. I want that to be the
that, but like what? But if...
like that's the point of the third genre, is like you're gonna get something slow and like feely, whatever contemporary style. You're gonna get something fast pop that you have to like kind of vibe to, and then you're gonna get something that's swung and come back to the roots of the dance.
No, I absolutely agree.
I think that's the point of it being the blues as the third genre. So I'm like, use it. Use something swung. But don't call it blues if it's not blues.
All right. And that is Annabelle's hot take. Please roast her hot take in the comments.
Oh my god!
Kidding. I 100% agree with this hot take. All right. So now
I have so many opinions on music, guys. It's bad.
She's a phenomenal musician. I do believe she is linking her music page as well.
Yeah, I have 2 Instagrams. I barely keep up with the one that is like my personal one, let alone my music one. But my personal one is private, and I will be keeping it that way. So I have a music page that is going to slowly morph into something more than just music that I will be linking, and Maddie has her page as well that we will be linking. Page.
Feel free to follow me.
Yeah,
I'm cool like that.
I'll link everything in the comments, as well as our actual like official pages for the podcast, because we have Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and then we have YouTube, which you're probably watching this on, unless you're listening to us, in which case I will link the YouTube as well.
I'm gonna cut this part out because we're gonna do the same thing at the end.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so back to our final segment. This is going to be a segment we do on every single episode. And we came up with the name lobotomy, and we knew
we have to incorporate it somehow.
And so our final segment is just a hypothetical, but would, and then we have a topic or theme, certain items, people
ideas, words. It could literally be anything.
Would they benefit from
We might
lobotomy?
be asking for input, by the way, at some point in the future.
Now, this is all in fun and jokes, and we
Absolutely.
will absolutely explain ourselves. But today, we thought it would be fun, since this is an intro, to go ahead and I'm going to be asking Annabelle if she thinks myself and my two pets would benefit from a lobotomy.
As one of them proceeds to just
He
suffocate himself.
He's a short-nosed breed.
He's also old.
He's an old man.
He's an old man. Although he looks like a puppy today because he just got a bath and a haircut.
Summer haircut.
And even I think he's cute right now. I have personal beef.
Barber.
I have personal beef with this dog. I love him, but I have personal beef with this dog.
Okay.
Anyway.
And then Annabelle will be asking
me. Aside. I will be asking her if I think me and my pets should be lobotomized.
All right. I think we should start easy and go with each other.
Okay. Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
I'll go first. So.
Oh my god, do we have a special guest? No.
Not
Stops yet. Just out of frame. Come here.
So, Annabelle.
Maddie.
I would not give you a lobotomy. My reasoning is,
no?
I would not.
We have a special guest, folks. This is Loki.
Yes, I think we have to do him next, just while he's still here.
Yeah.
But I would not give you a lobotomy because it could impact your faculties of being able to dance and play music, and I really appreciate that about you. I'm gonna jump in real quick and just do Loki since he is here.
I think he's settling in. I think we can wait a little bit.
All right, then go ahead.
Okay. Maddie.
Yes. Me. Hello.
I think you would not benefit from a lobotomy.
Dang it. I was really hoping.
Like, how can I drag this out as much as possible? I don't think you would.
You put it on my to-do list.
I did put it on your to-do list. I think, however,
there were 2 question marks.
While we both would not get a lobotomy for each other today, I think when lobotomies were in fact a thing, we would both be lobotomized very, very quickly.
Honestly,
we are very hysterical women. Did you know?
My health issues, I don't know if I would have made it long enough to get lobotomized. Anyway, all right. Up next, we have Loki.
He purring.
Oh my god!
What if we can get the purr on camera?
All right. I hope that worked. We'll find out. Anyway, Loki would not benefit from a lobotomy, but it might cure the pedophilia.
There's a book.
He doesn't have many brain cells going for him anyway, and it's not like he's relatively hysterical or anything with just a lot of little cookies. He's a pretty chill dude to begin with.
He's a pretty chill dude.
And I feel like if we chilled him out a little more and kind of dampened his sparkle, there would be nothing left. There would be no sparkle left. That's how I'm gonna phrase that.
Oh my god.
Loki,
you hear that? You have sparkle. Stares off into nothingness.
He is the void. All right. I guess
we're moving on to Hugo. Hugo would benefit from a lobotomy.
He would. At this age.
I think Hugo would benefit from a lobotomy. I think I would give Hugo a lobotomy. Mainly so he stops barking all the time.
This week has been particularly bad for him. I don't know what's going on. He knows he's not supposed to bark. Like, he will walk out onto our porch, and I make him come inside every time he starts barking out on the porch. So he walks outside, barks once or twice, and then walks himself back in before I even get a chance to tell him to come in.
Because that's been the punishment, is if he tries to bark while he's out there, we're like, oh, nope, you're done. Come back inside. And now I guess he's figured out that just, if he wants to bark, he can go do it and then just come back inside, and he's fine. And we're like, I don't know what to do with this.
I don't either. Like, how do we handle this? He also, for context, he is deaf, so you have to physically walk over and like get his attention to get him inside.
I'm too lazy for that. That's why this is what I was saying. I have personal beef with this dog. He makes me move.
Wasn't always this way. He's just an old man now.
He's just an old man.
He's a little old man.
At least he's not incontinent anymore. Not that he was ever incontinent. He made choices.
He made choices.
He made choice.
He stressed out. He moved.
Ooh.
We figured it out. He's fine.
Figured it out. He's fine. He's getting back on my good side, slowly but surely.
All right, Frog. I think she has already benefited from her lobotomy, if I'm going to be entirely honest with you.
Yeah, I think she's already had a lobotomy.
She, for those of you who don't know, she's cross-eyed.
Slightly.
Very slightly, just enough that like maybe a lobotomy was performed. And
don't worry, there are pictures up on our Instagram and Facebook of what all of the creatures look like.
If you haven't met them all yet.
Yeah.
But she is insane. And so while I do think she benefited from one, I would not give her another one. I think she's already had one.
Honestly, though, maybe if you re-scramble it,
Re-scramble brain?
It might go back to normal.
I don't want to risk her last half brain cell, though.
They just need to, like, the two halves. I swear, there's two halves in there.
They're bouncing around.
Every once in a while, they connect, and she has a thought, and then they separate again, and they keep rattling around in there.
Oh man.
Last but not least,
yeah,
Mr. Ellington. I don't think Ellington needs a lobotomy. I think he has so many things where he's just like adorable. He does this thing. The reason he's called the consent kitty is because he when you pick him up, and if he doesn't want to be up, he will boop you on the nose. And it is quite literally the cutest thing I've ever seen. I'm trying to teach Frog to do the same thing. Slowly but surely, we're getting somewhere. She starts waving her paw around lately. That's her thing. If you hold her and she wants down, she starts waving her paw around.
Amazing.
She's just yet to figure out that she needs to make contact with the nose. Although it was really funny when she was little, tangent. When she was little, if you like held her up and tried to like give her a kiss, she would like rear back her arm as if she was about to smack you, but she would never actually do it. She would just kind of like get ready.
I will. Gonna do
She's
it.
Like, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Never did it.
Never did it. So,
but yeah.
Yeah, Frog's already had a lobotomy.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, getting to know us a little bit. Know us a lot of it.
A lot of it. You'll get to know us even more.
So stay tuned for our next episode. I do believe we
no
have...
spoilers.
Okay, I was gonna drop a teaser, but
no spoilers because I don't know what it is yet.
So, alrighty. We'll go into then just follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, everything's lobotomy.pod or lobotomypod.
If you're watching this on YouTube, know that you can also listen to us in the car wherever your favorite podcasts are found.
Yeah.
And
then I'll link everything in descriptions. If you're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok,
everything
Facebook will be in the description. If you are on a podcast listening service, YouTube will also be down there for you if you would rather watch us, because we are also gorgeous, in case you didn't know.
Okay. I will remember to be gorgeous next time.
And as I'm sitting here in pajama pants and her tank top.
Oh, yeah, my sister made that for me, by the way. She hand bleached it.
Amazing.
I know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week.